Did you really think Harlem's messiest Bonnie and Clyde could fake a whole pregnancy? Scam brands for fat checks, and slither off into the sunset without somebody blowing the whistle. Oh, baby, literally, oh, baby, you might want to sit down, mute your phone, and grab a snack, because what's about to hit your screen ain't just messy, it's criminally ridiculous. We're talking fake bumps, burner phones, stage doctor's notes, and a betrayal so savage it makes soap operas look like Sesame Street. Chrissy Lampkin and Camron, Harlem's glam squad of chaos, thought they could finesse a fake baby storyline into checks, clicks, and sympathy tears. But they forgot one thing: Jim Jones. Don't play, that's right. Harlem's last loyal king just blew the lid off the fakest scandal reality TV never aired, and the receipts, chilly. They're uglier than Chrissy's fake ultrasound scans. From prenatal prop scams to charity money that never saw a mom, this ain't just a whole federal offense waiting to happen. Buckle up, because this expose is about to drag every fake bump, every whisper behind closed doors, and every shady dollar into the daylight. You ready? Let's get into it. Let's get something straight right now. This isn't your regular clout-chasing scandal. This is the kind of dirt that leaves a permanent stain on Harlem's sidewalk. The kind of betrayal that even soap operas would reject for being too unbelievable. Because when Chrissy Lampkin and Camron decided to fake a pregnancy to finesse sympathy, score sponsorships, and manipulate Harlem's loyalty, they didn't just go low, they set the bar underground. And at the center of this circus, Jim Jones, Harlem's last ride or die. The man still repping Dipset like the Brotherhood hadn't already been butchered, blindfolded, and left in the alley behind a fake maternity shoot. You wanna know how it all began? Picture this: Harlem Tavern, 2022. A bottomless mimosa brunch turned backroom scheme planning, according to a nail tech who clearly couldn't hold water and definitely didn't sign a proper NDA. Chrissy leaned in over her shrimp and grits, tapped Cam's diamond-stacked wrist, and whispered the lie that would break Harlem's back. What if the world thinks I'm pregnant again? Now pause. That right there. That's not just desperation. That's certified diabolical. But Cam, ever the opportunist, didn't blink. He didn't flinch. He pulled out his second phone, the burner. Not the public one, and said without missing a beat, "If you sell it right, we all eat." And baby, did they feast. Within days, Chrissy was back on Instagram with a belly bump that looked suspiciously fluffier at night than it did in the morning. Fan pages started praising her glow. Mommy blogs picked up the crumbs. One wrote, "Chrissy's maternity journey is the redemption arc we needed." Please, Harlem's barbershops whispered a different tune, "That bump built like it's stuffed with socks." And yet the illusion worked. She refollowed old brand sponsors. Cam started posting cryptic messages with baby emojis and subtle jabs like real men feed their seeds. Meanwhile, Jim Jones, bless his loyal, clueless heart, was posting late-night selfies, kissing her stomach, thinking he was about to become a father again? But behind the scenes, Cam and Chrissy were assembling a whole production team for the fakest pregnancy Harlem had ever seen. They had a traveling OBGYN from Jersey whose license had more suspensions than Cam's mixtape drops. They forged sonograms on burner laptops, printed blood work from Photoshop, and generated prenatal receipts using invoice templates downloaded from Reddit. One insider said Chrissy even practiced waddling in the mirror so her gait matched her fake bump. It was a performance, and a profitable one. Sponsorships rolled in like rain in spring. A wellness brand offered a $50,000 deal for a YouTube pregnancy vlog. A diaper company sent her cases of product for a baby that didn't exist. She even landed a photo shoot with a luxury maternity line posing in silk robes, cradling her belly, with tears in her eyes like she wasn't holding a $29 Amazon belly band under that dress. Meanwhile, Cam was playing the long game. He stayed low, letting Chrissy take the spotlight while he arranged the shadows. He funneled hush payments through shell LLCs with names like Mommy Empire Consulting. He booked fake prenatal appointments under aliases, and while Jim sat at home, scrolling through Pinterest baby names, Cam was 2 blocks away in a hookah lounge, laughing with his crew about how easy the whole thing was. But it was one careless moment that cracked the lie wide open. The Midtown Hotel, the one where Chrissy had been secretly filming bump content with a fake sonogram kit. The housekeeping lady there, God bless her petty instincts, found something weird in the trash. A pregnancy belly band, 3 unopened bottles of prenatal vitamins, and a crumpled paper with dates that didn't match any known pregnancy timeline. She snapped a photo and sent it to a Harlem gossip blogger with a message. "This ain't adding up." That was the match. Within hours, social media was in flames. The tag started trending. Dipset fans were screaming betrayal. Jim's name was plastered across every meme. And the best part, the blogger wasn't done. They had receipts, bank transfers, appointment confirmations, and even blurry video clips of Chrissy in the same hotel room, belly off, wig sideways, crying on the phone to Cam about her stomach itching from the sweat under the fake band. It was humiliating. Jim's team went into immediate damage control, but it was too late. Screenshots leaked, audio dropped, and the streets wanted blood. One anonymous source, likely an ex-intern from Cam's failed podcast studio, leaked folders of burner phone messages between Cam and Chrissy. In one text, Cam wrote, "Make sure Jim don't find out until the brand checks clear. Let that sink in." They had a whole timeline to monetize a fake baby bump before Jim even knew it wasn't real. Harlem erupted. Twitter was a war zone. Some blamed Chrissy, calling her the mastermind. Others said Cam was the puppet master, pulling the strings like the dollar store villain he's always pretended not to be. Meanwhile, Jim, in the middle of all this chaos, went live on Instagram, hoodie half on, eyes red, voice cracking. He didn't cry, but he didn't need to. "You ever love somebody so hard you let them ruin you twice?" he said into the camera. Over 200,000 people watched that live. Nobody laughed, not even the trolls. The timeline froze. The comments flooded with prayers, anger, confusion. The heartbreak was real. Jim wasn't just betrayed. He was humiliated, played on a global stage by the two people who should have had his back. But Harlem wasn't done with this circus yet. Because just as Jim ended the live with a quiet eye, just wanted a family, another leak dropped. A Dropbox folder. Anonymous sender. Inside, contracts, NDAs, a PR deck titled Mommy Empire Rollout Plan. And in that file, buried beneath timelines, hashtags, and product pitches, was a section labeled Phase 5, Emotional Exit Strategy. Bullet Point 1. Staged miscarriage announcement for Sympathy Arc. The moment that PR deck hit the blogs, Harlem exploded like someone had set fire to the last thread of trust still clinging to the Dipset name. Phase 5. A planned miscarriage. These two weren't just scammers, they were award-winning manipulators with production schedules. Fans who had defended Chrissy's tears were suddenly deleting their tweets. Even the most toxic stan accounts fell silent, too stunned to meme. But just when people thought the rabbit hole had hit bottom, the real twist slithered in. Remember, Reggie? Yeah, the shady ex-store manager Cam allegedly ghosted back in the mid-2010s after stiffing him on club gig money. Turns out, Reggie had been watching, quiet, bitter, collecting everything, and baby, when he saw Cam cashing in on a fake pregnancy while still owing him tour percentages, Reggie went full nuclear. He fed the intern more screenshots, more voice memos, more everything. One memo leaked within hours. Cam, clear as day, on a phone call barking, "Tell Chrissy to keep crying. Tears move product. We make more when they think she miserable." Harlem damn near rioted. Blogs lit up. TikTok detectives made timelines so detailed the FBI could have used them. Even Mona Scott Young, the queen of TV ratchet reunions, was backed into a corner. A dry PR statement dropped. "Ms. Lampkin is not contracted with any of our current productions." Translation: Sis is toxic, and even we can't clean this mess up. But by now, the brand fallout was reaching apocalyptic levels. The vitamin sponsor gone. The maternity line deleted every trace of Chrissy from their Instagram, and posted a pinned comment, "We support real motherhood, we do not endorse deception." And the designer baby boutique she posted about, they lawyered up, called the whole ordeal brand damage via fraudulent association. Lawsuits were brewing, refunds were demanded, and Chrissy's PR team was spinning in circles like a DJ with a broken needle. Meanwhile, Cam did what only Cam could do. He went live, hoodie halfway off, chain dancing on his chest, red cup in hand, 50,000 people watching him lean into the camera and say, "Loyalty is dead, and I'm the only one real enough to admit I killed it." Savage, absolutely. But the comments section was a warzone. Snake emojis, clown emojis, fans who once screamed, "Dipset for life" now, quoting Bible verses and calling it spiritual betrayal. And Jim, he didn't go live. He didn't tweet. He hit the booth. 3 days later, a raw freestyle popped up on SoundCloud titled "No More Puppets." No beat, just heartbreak. Just Jim spitting bars like open wounds. Played me like a fool, belly band and a dream. Thought I had a queen. Turned out to be a scheme. It wasn't music, it was a eulogy. Cars in Harlem blasted the track like a funeral anthem, barber shops went silent when it came on. Old heads nodded in painful agreement. But heartbreak was only one side of this burning coin, because while fans mourned the death of whatever loyalty Dipset once meant, the feds started sniffing around. Word spread that Homeland Security flagged a string of suspicious payments tied to a fake charity fund Chrissy and Cam launched during the fake pregnancy arc. The so-called Mo Mears Foundation for Single Mothers allegedly didn't help struggling moms at all. It was a funnel. A money laundering scheme disguised with baby emojis and scripted tears. Shell companies. Wire transfers. PayPal invoices for prenatal wellness consulting that somehow ended up in Cam's liquor company account. This wasn't influencer drama anymore. This was potential wire fraud. A gossip blogger posted a blurry photo of a black SUV parked outside Chrissy's cousin's condo. The caption read, "Feds grilling her for hush money receipts." Harlem wasn't laughing anymore. Even the barbershop jokes went quiet. When the IRS and Homeland Security knock, the meme cycle ends. But somehow, the drama still wasn't done, because just as the public thought the leaks were drying up, the internet's favorite villain made his return. Lil Moo. The forgotten Dipset errand boy. The same Lil Moo, who used to carry Cam's duffel bags and warm up the stage with offbeat freestyles back in the flip phone era. He popped up in a grainy YouTube interview with a blunt in one hand and vengeance in the other. Moo claimed he had a backup hard drive full of unreleased voice notes, burner phone clips, and even video of Chrissy laughing about brand payouts with the fake bump sitting beside her like a prop. He teased it, then he tweeted, "They thought I forgot. Nah, record everything. Who paying for the rest?" It wasn't a threat. It was Harlem's final punchline. Even the rats had receipts now. By this point, every reality TV fan with a burner phone and a blog was running exposes. Reddit threads exploded with conspiracies. Was Mona in on it? Did Jim's mom know? One blogger caught Mama Jones outside a hair salon and asked her straight up her answer. "I told Jimmy that girl was poison when she made him tattoo her lips instead of putting a ring on it." Harlem erupted. And you know it's bad when even mama's dragging your name through the sidewalk. Meanwhile, Cam tried to play unbothered. He doubled down on the villain role, wearing a t-shirt that said "Real ones lie better" in an Instagram story, but the truth was, the bag was drying up. 2 liquor companies cut ties. His name was quietly removed from the Dipset anniversary tour. One promoter leaked DMs where Cam was allegedly begging for a $50,000 advance, swearing the scandal would blow over. It didn't. And now, the puppet strings were showing. Because remember that group chat Reggie leaked? The one where Cam, Chrissy, and their PR fixer discussed which gossip blogs they'd pay off to bury the baby bump rumors if they got too hot. One note stuck out. "Make sure Jim don't find out till the bag clears." That line burned through the timeline like gasoline on fireworks. Not only did Jim find out, the whole planet did. Dipset loyalty wasn't just broken. It was torched, burned to ashes in real time. But the final twist wasn't Reggie. Wasn't MOH, it was what came next. Because someone, maybe Moo, maybe Reggie, maybe someone we haven't met yet. A Google Drive link in the comments section of every post related to Chrissy and Cam. No watermark. No credits. Just a folder titled Final Split Agreement. Inside, everything. Contracts, signatures, bank instructions, fake OBGYN invoices, and the nail in the coffin, a document stamped in red. "Do not inform Jim until funds are secured." Harlem couldn't breathe. The fans couldn't look away. And just like that, the Dipset dream didn't just die, it disintegrated. Pixel by pixel, exposed by a PDF file with more betrayal in it than a Shakespeare tragedy. The Google Drive folder spread like wildfire. Telegram groups, Discord chats, even private IG stories were reposting the files with captions like "Dipset is dead. Long live the scam." But if Harlem thought the paperwork was the final blow, oh no baby, the storm hadn't even hit full force. Because right on cue, Lil Moo, yes, the same Moo who was once treated like a water boy with a mic, finally did what he'd been threatening all along. He uploaded the voicemail. Not one, not two. A whole pack. A compilation so dirty, so brutal, even the most hardened gossip addicts paused mid-scroll. The files. Camron and Chrissy, alone, unaware, recorded in a hotel suite. Laughing, scheming, planning how to sell the baby lie across different networks. "Bet's gonna eat this up." Chrissy chuckles in one. Cam adds, "I'll cry if they need me to. But Jimmy gotta stay in the dark till Q4. or we lose the exclusivity bonus. Q4. Like this was a quarterly report. Like Jim wasn't a human being, just a pawn in a press rollout. The second that audio hit the blogs, the internet blew its collective fuse. YouTubers paused their mukbangs, TikTokers abandoned dance trends, everyone was reacting, screaming, crying, breaking down every second of the clip like it was the Zapruder film, and Jim, silence, he didn't post, didn't speak, didn't drop a single bar, just vanished, unfollowed. Chrissy unfollowed Cam, wiped his page to black. But Mona Scott Young. She reappeared like a ghost with a press badge. Word leaked that she tried to license the audio tapes for a docuseries titled Loyalty Ain't Free, The Dipset Implosion. But even VH1 said no. That's how radioactive this scandal had become. Nobody wanted to touch it. And still, the wreckage kept spreading. Brand execs who once sponsored Chrissy began issuing formal apologies. "We were misled by the narrative," said one skincare CEO in a now-deleted tweet. Meanwhile, Cam's liquor company quietly pulled every ad with his face on it and started pushing new spokespeople. One brave fan caught Cam outside a restaurant and yelled, "Where's the baby money, killer?" Cam laughed, shrugged, said, "You mad 'cause I'm honest?" But Harlem wasn't laughing anymore. Harlem was watching. Harlem was hurting, because beneath all the memes and voice notes and burner phone drama, this was a betrayal of legacy. Dipset wasn't just a rap group, it was a symbol. A movement, a cultural landmark wrapped in pink fur and unapologetic bravado. And now, it was just receipts and regrets. And then came the feds. Homeland Security confirmed they were actively reviewing financial transactions associated with fraudulent nonprofit entities promoted by known public figures. In English, Chrissy and Cam's fake charity might become a real case. Their lawyer dropped a vague denial, saying Ms. Lampkin maintains her innocence and looks forward to clearing her name, but the streets didn't buy it. Especially not when the charity's PayPal account was traced to a luxury car lease. Allegedly for a custom pink Bentley. Allegedly in Cam's mom's name. Allegedly. And where was Jim during all this? Rumor says he's lawyering up. Quietly, a sealed civil suit was filed in New York State under the alias JJ Doe. And guess what it accuses? Emotional defamation, fraudulent misrepresentation, and damages exceeding $2 million in false brand leverage. Translation: Jim's coming for blood. And if that court date ever goes public, Harlem's gonna need a front row livestream. But the most chilling part, the real moral, but wasn't about the bump. It wasn't even about the money. It was about the last real man in the game realizing he'd been cast as a fool in a soap opera. Jim's final social media post before his blackout said it all. A plain black square. 3 words in tiny white font. Loyalty ain't real. That wasn't a caption. That was an obituary. And Harlem started grieving. Fans changed their Dipset profile pics to broken chains. Even the biggest Cam defenders fell silent. You could feel the shift. The silence wasn't peace. It was disappointment. Because deep down, everyone hoped Dipset was different. That brotherhood meant something. That Chrissy and Cam weren't that dirty. But nah, they were dirtier. They built a pregnancy lie with a full PR rollout, merch deals, and fake medical invoices. They sold that fantasy, cashed every check, and left the only man who really believed in it crying into a mic. That's not just betrayal. That's character assassination for profit. And now the industry's watching. Quiet, cautious, waiting to see who turns on who. Because you know what they say in Harlem. Snakes don't hiss no more. And baby, if Moo's tapes were just the warm-up, imagine what's still hidden in those hard drives. Some insiders say Cam's got more audio stashed away. That he might drop a mixtape with real court audio and call it Maternity Lies Volume 1. Some claim Chrissy's team is working overtime to secure brand hush settlements before any official indictments come down, and others think the worst is still coming. That Lil Moo's final files, the ones he hinted would end reputations forever, include DMS, wire instructions, and a secret group chat involving not just Chrissy and Cam, but a certain love and hip-hop producer who allegedly pitched the baby storyline over dinner in 2021. If true, that's not just a scandal, that's reality TV treason. But let's be real. At this point, what could possibly shock us more? Jim's pain was already public property. Harlem's legacy already splintered. And the baby that never was. It became a ghost. A ghost that haunted every brand deal, Every freestyle, every broken promise these street icons made while smiling in each other's faces. So what now? We wait, we watch, we keep the burner phones charged. Because if there's one thing this saga taught us, it's that loyalty is no match for a viral check. Harlem don't forgive. Harlem don't forget. And this isn't the end, it's just the final pause before somebody else drops another folder, another voicemail, another jaw-dropping twist that leaves us all gasping. So pour one out for the fairy tale that faked its own pregnancy and buried its crown in clout. And keep your eyes locked. Because once the final whistleblower shows their face, Harlem will be ready, and I'll be right here dragging every last receipt into the daylight just for you. So now that the mask has finally slipped, the baby bump has deflated, and every receipt is out in the open, what do you think? Was Jim Jones the last loyal soldier in a war built on lies? Or was he just another pawn too blind to see the knife coming from his own backyard? Did Chrissy mastermind the biggest scam Harlem's ever seen with lashes, a fake ultrasound, and a cold smile? Or was she just playing her role in Camron's clout-chasing script? And Cam, was he Harlem's unapologetic villain? Or just a broke puppet master, desperate to stay relevant in a world that moved on without him? Drop your wildest theories in the comments right now. I want to hear everything: Team Chrissy, Team Jimmy, Team Cam, or Team Burn It All Down. Do you think there's more dirt coming? Will Lil Moo leak another file? Is Jim going to take the stand with a mic instead of a lawyer? Or will Mona Scott Young sell this whole circus to Netflix and call it loyalty, the lie that killed Harlem? If you've been holding your breath through every scandal, every leak, every fake tear, they're just getting started. So don't just sit there scrolling like this is a rerun. Hit that like button if you think Jim deserves justice. Smash that subscribe if you're ready for the next leak, the next betrayal, the next body to drop. And send this to your cousin who still swears Dipset was about loyalty. Let them know the truth came with receipts, and Harlem never forgets. Stay petty, stay ready, and keep your burner phones charged. Because the next voicemail might just ruin everything.